The
Elitist
pizza.
podcast.
Now, let's be honest. I mean, realistically though, this is the best bat suit. But
Okay, I don't know if I can say the best,
it's one of the best.
but
It looks so cool.
I'll give you one of the best. It's like I say every time. Haha, I say the same thing every time. It's so 90s, but it's so cool. But it really
Yeah,
is.
dude. Okay,
It's just cool. You can't tell me it's somebody. If somebody told me that suit's not cool, you're a liar.
you're a liar, dude. John Paul Batman is the best Batman.
I knew you were gonna say that. See, I'm just gonna. I knew it. I thought it was gonna be Thomas Wayne. Now it's John Paul.
It's John
Then
Paul.
when you read the next, whoever's next read as Batman is probably gonna be your favorite.
The next
And then-
what the best Batman is whichever comic I'm reading right now. That's
Well,
Batman.
at least well, maybe you do actually like Jean Paul.
I do
the,
actually
the
like
best. I'm not like judging you. I'm not saying
Yeah.
that's a bad pick. That's a unique pick. I don't hear a lot of people saying that,
Yeah.
which I don't know why. He was by far the most different as Batman. I
Batman,
hear
Transformer
brutal-
Batman, but yeah,
You actually haven't seen him do some of the more violent things that he's going. Oh, I don't know how far he got yet.
I don't think I
Has he-
have, but
Has he gotten to that new suit yet?
yeah, he got into the new suit yet. Yeah, he just had
Has
his
he-
stuff with Catwoman, and why I'm reading it.
Okay, so there's some stuff that you're missing,
Yeah,
but he does some really violent stuff. That like is getting. Oh yeah, he does that. I remember that.
I haven't gotten to that part.
There was one. I don't want to say. I'm leaving it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Well,
I
let me.
want you to. I want you to read this, and I want you to like say something in the group chat when you get to it. But
Okay.
all I'll say is he's fighting a villain and he does something.
So,
And then
I got to this part where, so it's Anarchy is fighting. So he's fighting. So Batman is fighting Scarecrow. Anarchy determines that, hey, I need to stop Batman in order to save Gotham because Batman makes the villains. While Batman is fighting Scarecrow, and
Right.
Scarecrow also has like this hypnotized slave. Anarchy traps Batman and Scarecrow in a net, and then so Batman escapes the net, punches Anarchy. Then he goes to Anarchy's knocked on the ground. Then Batman goes to Scarecrow. And he's like, I'm gonna get you now, Crane or whatever. Scarecrow tells the guy, he said, oh, I know what I'll do. He tells the slave, the hypnotized slave, to walk off the building. And he's like, you have to, I know what you'll do. You'll save him and I'll be free, And then Batman just stays there and just starts punching the Scarecrow while this kid walks off the building. And Anarchy saves him. And Scarecrow's like, oh my god, you have changed. And Anarchy's like, oh my god, dude, like, you didn't know I was gonna save this kid. And he's like, it was either that kid or Scarecrow would get away and millions and thousands of people would die. That's no contest. and and I feel like that might be what I would be like if I was Batman, and maybe that's why I like John Paul Batman the most so far. I haven't gotten to the more crazy stuff, but
But no. I think no. I think the opposite's gonna happen. I'm not saying you're not going to like. I don't think you're gonna like him less. I think when he does some of the more crazy stuff, I think you're gonna like him more.
okay.
Let me look up the name of the villain.
Okay.
I'm not gonna tell you what he does to him, but
All right.
when he fights this specific villain, I want you to hit me up.
I'll talk to you about it. I like the light. I like how on the chest plate he projects the bat symbol. I think that's cool.
I think that's a great idea because
Yeah. It's like a way to strike fear into them another way. It's like, oh my god, the Batman's here. So, what do you think about John Paul Batman? Do you like John Paul Batman?
I never really think about him all that often, but he's very interesting as Batman. I think I'm probably gonna have to read Nightfall again, but yeah, I just don't think about him that much. I think of like the main other people who are Batman, but honestly, yeah, he's up there. When I actually take him into consideration, like I like Bruce, obviously. Well, I like Dick Grayson the most, probably followed by Bruce. After that, might actually, now that I'm thinking about it, put Jean Paul Valley number 3. Tim Drake doesn't do enough as Batman. Obviously, neither does what's his name, Jason Todd, and some other people who've been Batman, Jim Gordon and all that. But
I didn't know it was Jim Gordon Batman.
I mean, yeah, it was really weird, but I mean, considering all the things that, I mean, all the people who've been Batman. I mean, I probably would say Jean Paul Valley's top three.
Well, there you go. Yeah, I haven't seen Dick Grayson, Batman. Maybe that would be one of the next ones I have to read. But I'm the Nightfall thing. There's a lot to read. It looks like because I've seen like the covers later. It looks like Bruce Wayne after he trains and he comes back, and then he's like comes back and he's like, "Hey, I'm Batman now," and I'm pretty sure John Paul Batman's like, "No, I'm Batman," and then they fight, and then Bruce wins. So I'll have to see how that goes. That's my prediction.
You saw,
Um,
sorry,
I,
you saw,
I, no, you can go. That's fine.
you saw his battle with Bane yet?
Yeah, yeah, he defeated Bane. I've already
Yeah,
read
you
that
saw when he
part.
threw like the little batarangs into his arm and all that.
Yeah, yeah, and like all the cops are watching him and stuff, and then he almost kills him, and but he doesn't. Robin's like, "Oh, no, you can't kill him."
Let me see. He does a lot of stuff. He does a lot. So okay, all right. There's a
With
couple
Bane?
villains. All right. I'm gonna name a couple of villains. All right,
Okay,
and then when you get to their parts, just tell me what you think
okay,
immediately. First thoughts while you're reading it.
all right,
So he fights a guy named Gunhawk. Right. Tell me what you
okay,
think about how he handles that situation.
all right.
I think it's pretty funny. Um, there's a guy named Abator or something like that. AB. It's funny what he does to that guy too.
Okay,
Um,
Avatar
what he
Gunhawk.
the Joker, obviously.
Okay, Joker.
That's a weird interaction. And then there's a guy called the Tally Man.
Oh, I've done the tally. I've already passed the tally
Oh
man
yeah, where
part.
he
Yeah,
where he ripped him apart.
yeah, and like they find him and they're like, "Oh my god!" Like, yeah, tally. Yeah, that was cool. I thought kind of liked how it was like they kind of went into the tally man's like background and how it was kind of vaguely related to John Paul Valley's background, like because of child abuse and stuff.
Hmm. I think man, he actually does worse stuff than that. I think it's
Okay.
so funny. I'm not gonna obviously, but yeah. So remember Joker, Avatar, or whatever,
Gunhawk. Yeah.
and Gunhawk.
Yeah.
When you read those ones, I think you're gonna like that.
Uh,
Um,
so one of the things that I got you. I'll there was like so many times I just wanted to crop to screenshot it and send it to you, but I'm like I'll just be sending him like 80 things because I just like it so much.
no,
So
dude, please,
oh,
please,
okay.
please do that. I'm so happy that you're into these comics. You don't know how happy this makes me.
Oh, okay.
I just like first thoughts. If your first thought is to send me a screenshot, then send me the freaking screenshot. You're not ruining my day. You're making me happy.
I will do.
I'm excited that you're getting into
Uh,
comics and reading stuff that you want to read,
yeah.
and it's making you feel something, and you're thinking about something.
Jump over.
I mean,
Batman.
it's making me kind of happy. So
Oh, well,
I'm
there we
not
go.
gonna be
All
mad
right,
if you
that's
send
cool.
it.
Okay, okay. Well, I'll send whatever I feel like sending. All right, okay. Um, I just, dude, you know how he's got like the bat train, like the Batmobile on the tracks.
Yeah, yeah.
That's so cool. Like, so I don't know what the names are, but there's like the cowboy twins. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know who you're talking about. I don't know their names either.
Yeah. But they like trigger twins. It looks like there's multiple different kinds of trigger twins. Um, but they're like robbing the train, robbing the metro. Yeah, it looks like these guys. And so John Paul Valley Batman, he's got like the bat train, and he has to like he's going like 300 miles an hour in it, and he's got like the whole all the whole routines and the stops memorized, and he like almost hits this train, this one of the subway trains by like 3 seconds, and he speeds along, and he's like, so it's like there's two train tracks, right, and they're like going into a tunnel, and one of the twins shoots the change. Let me make this big here. One of the trigger twin guys, he shoots the box, and it makes it to where it pushes the bat train. I don't know what it's not called the bat train, but it's the bat train. Moves the bat train onto another track. So there's two tracks, and they're both going into their separate tunnels. And Batman's got like 5 seconds, and it shows the monologue, and he's like, he says, okay, I have like 1 second to do this, or I'm gonna be, I'm gonna just be just slammed against this brick wall, and I'm gonna die. And then he does it. So he takes the chance. He he launches his grapnel thing, and then he says he almost pulls his shoulder out of socket, and he like lands on top of it, and then he has to like scrape his hands into the thing, and it was like he's so reckless. I love it. Like he's going 300 miles an hour on a subway on the Bat train, which is already ridiculous.
Yeah.
But he's like, I was like, when I realized what they were doing, I'm like, oh my god, yes. There was somebody that was like, dude, John Paul Valley Batman has to stop a train robbery. They're like, yes, we have to do this, and they're like, he has to have a Bat train. So,
I like.
yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I like. Yeah. More that you talk about it, the more I start remembering some of the things that he's done. I like him because it's a totally different feel from my two favorites, Bruce and even Dick Grayson. They're more calculated. They're more, they're more people. They're people person. Both of them. I didn't want to say people.
People persons,
but
yeah.
they're more calculated, and they
They doubt themselves
especially
a lot
with
more.
Bruce. Yeah, especially with Bruce, he tends to always make the right decision. And with John, it's like he's like Bruce is like split second. He's like, all right, this is the right decision. I'm gonna make this decision.
Mm-hmm.
Jean Paul's like, this is the decision that's gonna cause me not to die. So I'm just gonna do this.
Mm-hmm.
He's like very direct thinking. He's like, all right, it's either It's like there could be multiple options. It'd be like, all right, I can not die and do this. I cannot die and do this, which is way easier. I'm gonna do the one that's easiest and doesn't get me killed.
yeah.
I like
he's
it.
a paint by numbers kind of guy.
Exactly, and he thinks differently than Bruce. It's not like he's less prepared or anything. He just has a different thought process.
Yeah,
than
exactly.
Grayson.
He doesn't sacrifice his competency as Batman for something else.
And he makes a lot of decisions that Bruce and Dick Grayson don't make, which is another thing that I could like about him, which I think you'll find once you read about Dick Grayson Batman.
Yeah, that makes
which
sense.
will probably bring you to more of an appreciation with Jean Paul, is that
The contrast.
Bruce and Dick think pretty similarly, of obviously not the exact same,
Mm-hmm.
which is what brings people to realize that he's not Bruce, but they think similarly to a lot more similarly than Bruce and Jean Paul do, and it's gonna bring you to a greater appreciation because you're like, wow, like this guy is so different. He's doing his own. He's doing his own thing. Kind of like I know you didn't see. I don't know if you saw Into the Spider-Verse, but it was like Into the Spider-Verse. The whole message of it was like Miles wasn't supposed to follow Peter's footsteps. He's supposed to be Spider-Man and do it his way.
Mm-hmm.
and while Jean Paul may not be the perfect Batman, he's certainly being Batman his way.
Yeah, he is, without a doubt. Yeah.
And I think some of the decisions he makes is like, I mean, obviously knowing Bruce Wayne and knowing Dick Grayson and even Tim Drake to a certain extent, even though he murdered people too, it's like you're looking at it and you're like, it feels wrong, but it's like, honestly, if we were all in that situation, we'd probably pick more of Jean Paul's answers than we're probably comfortable with.
He's more relatable in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, I don't know if it'll come up, but there's this time, so like he tries to strong arm this. He saves this one criminal's life, and he's like, now you owe me. You're gonna like be my spy, and he's like, I'm gonna be at your house. Okay, looks like it's not gonna come up, and so John Paul Batman goes to this guy's house, this criminal's house. He comes in through the window, and he thinks it's not air conditioned, which I don't really know why that would really be that important, but he thinks to himself, he's like, it's not air conditioned. There's a clear pathway from behind me to the windows behind me, and so he ducks. And the sniper, so it was a trap. The criminal was gonna have this assassin kill Batman because he knew that he was going to be there. And so John Paul Valley Batman ducks, and the sniper who was trying to kill Batman kills this criminal, and then he just ducks behind, and he's like, obviously staying down on the floor like you should if there's a sniper trying to kill you. And he thinks to himself, he says, he got shot. It's like, serves him right for trying to betray me. This is not like Bruce Wayne would have been like, he would have been like
crying.
Well, he would have been like, wait, sniper? He would have dived in front of the criminal, but then got out of the way. But
Yeah,
John,
and tackled him out of the way,
yeah,
or something ridiculous.
exactly. And John,
But
yeah,
Jean Paul Valley, he's like, he takes the most direct course of action. He's
oh,
like,
dodge it.
there's somebody trying to kill me,
Mm-hmm.
and this guy could potentially die. We doesn't even think about that guy potentially dying.
Yeah,
He's just like, I'm
dodge
about
it.
to die. I'm going to save my life.
And the thing too, it's like he didn't kill him. He just dodged the bullet that was going to hit him, and so it hit the other guy.
Right.
He was like, "Well, I mean, I didn't kill him, so fuck. I mean, he's dead. He's dead. There's nothing I can do about it now."
Exactly. In some parts, I'm not gonna say this like completely, but in some ways, he's a little bit better of a Batman. Obviously,
Yeah.
not all the way, just how things turn out. But you know, in some ways, you could say that.
Well, that's
But
one of the things too. The mayor talked. Gordon doesn't. Gordon's like, there's something off about this new Batman, and he talks to the mayor, and the mayor's like, hey, whatever Batman's changed, it's for the good. Crime's down. So John Paul Valley Batman is effective. Like,
exactly.
there's this. What I love this scene. So he like beats up these two criminals. They were just like mugging someone, and he says, I don't want to see you out for a whole month. He says, I don't care if you've done anything wrong. You don't want to see me again or something. The guy's
Oh my God.
like, he's just like, you stay inside or you leave Gotham. I don't care. It's like, or there's this time when he's like in Gordon's office and Gordon's just kind of going on off on a tangent and he says, "Oh my God!" and he turns around and he's like, "You're still here?" And then Batman says, "I wasn't sure if the conversation was finished." And and Gordon's like, he's like, "Well, I don't either, but it hasn't stopped you before." He's like, "Okay," and then he leaves. Gordon's like, "That's weird." Like, John Paul Valley Batman, he was just like, "Oh, I just want to hear him out." I'm not just gonna leave in the middle of the conversation. That'd be weird.
I like him.
Yeah.
He's a really interesting character. Even
Yeah.
to this day, they make sure to keep him pretty fresh. So I do like, as far as the whole Bat family,
Mm-hmm.
he's up there as one of my favorite characters. He's probably my third favorite Batman that I can think of right now. Oh no, Terry McGinnis. He's probably fourth. Yeah,
Oh,
Terry
okay.
McGinnis is up there too.
Okay.
But that's more the animated series. If we're going just
Yeah.
comics and Jean Paul Valley all the way.
Okay.
But he's just a unique member of the Bat family. Although I see a little bit of a smidge of Jason Todd influence in there. Well,
Mhm.
I guess more so Jean Paul Valley influence in Jason Todd, if we're being real,
Yeah.
because Jason Todd was dead at this point, and
Dead.
he doesn't show up for another. When did this comic come out? Like 90s? Yeah, it had
2000.
90s.
I think it was 2000.
Oh, 2000?
Because they talk about 9/11.
Jason Todd didn't come back for another like at least 3 years. Probably more around like 9ish.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so probably more Jean Paul Valley influence in Jason Todd, because
Yeah.
like that scene you were talking about where he was like, yeah, like crime was going down, and he was like, I don't want to see you out in the streets anymore. Like in Under the Red Hood, Jason's more like, you know, his thing is like he's trying, just like what I see with Jean Paul Valley. Like they're both similar in the fact that they're not trying to like eradicate all crime.
Mhm.
They're more so trying to control it.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to, and that cause, and then they'll do it by any means necessary.
They're
Jason
practical.
was like, I will, exactly. Jason's more like, I will control what they do and who they sell to, and if they don't listen to me, I'm just gonna kill them. And then John Paul's just like, well, I'm gonna skip that extra step and I'm just gonna kill them. If I give them one warning, maybe if they're
warning.
lucky, I'll give them a warning, and then I'll kill them.
He hasn't killed
That's what
anyone yet.
I-
And what I'm reading.
yeah. I mean,
so we'll see.
I'm just going a little. I mean, he's not really killing people, but he's getting pretty close.
Yeah, he cuts
like,
him up.
the-
He's got blades.
Yeah,
so.
to the point where it's noticeable, because it's like,
Yeah.
like not really killing people, but he's getting there. He's getting close.
You're getting
He's
mutilated.
close to the point where he's like, all right, yeah, exactly, like brutally, like destroying people. I
There's
can't
like
even remember.
eventually
if
after
he
like
killed somebody.
after maybe he hasn't killed him. Well, don't tell me. So
No, I said I can't remember, so
Oh,
I
I see.
don't know.
well, eventually there'd be like because he's cutting people up and beating them up. So eventually
Right.
there'd be like after a few months it'd be, oh, that guy's face is messed up. He probably had a run-in with the Batman. It's just like,
And-
all right, well, that's just what happens, dude. Like, just the name of the game. You get caught by Batman, and you get mutilated. Like you look like a
And
burn victim or something.
kind of to tie all the way back into our first conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is probably the best deterrent ever. I mean, for people doing crime, right? I mean, if you're facing Bruce Wayne Batman, he's gonna take you to jail,
Mm-hmm.
right? But if you got to face, they don't obviously they don't know the difference. But
Yeah.
as a reader, we do. They got to face Jean Paul Valley Batman. It's not. Oh, you might go to jail and you might have to eat through a straw for a couple months, but you'll be all right. This guy's going to disfigure you
Yeah.
horrifically, and
Yeah.
you will never be the same again. And
Yeah.
then he threatens you. He threatens you way worse because like he does the same kind of threats, but like you said earlier, he's like, I don't want to see you out in the streets at all.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, it's like he's not implying he's almost implying that he's going to kill you if he sees you.
That's true.
That threat it feels more real than if Bruce were saying.
You're
If
not-
he's like,
yeah.
I don't want to see you on the streets again. He's like, what are you gonna do? Break my arm again? Oh no.
Yeah.
This guy's like brutally mutilated people. Like it's like he might actually kill me.
Because
This guy's got claws.
yeah, because like breaking your arm, there's a few step ups from that, but when you have claws and you're just cutting into people and slicing their body parts off, you can't really go too many steps above that before you get to just killing them.
Yeah.
So-
I think the next step really is just killing
Yeah,
him.
maybe paralysis. But I
Oh
feel-
yeah, you're right. You're
I
right.
think he breaks someone's back. And no, he doesn't. There's like this one scene where like there's like these three criminals. I just recently read this one, and they're like, and this guy he goes up and he punches his chest, which is like made out of metal. So he oh, you broke my hand, and then I don't remember how the whole thing goes, but he picks one of them up above his head, and so there's three of them. So he throws one of them into two of them. And I just love that. I can't wait till I get to the fridge scene. I haven't seen the fridge scene, so I don't know. But I remember looking it up, so I'm looking forward
Yeah, I
to
remember
that
that.
one.
We were making fun of that for a while.
Yeah.
A while back.
Yeah.
That was an interesting one. He's so interesting. I just like how like he goes further. I mean, obviously, not just laughing at it narratively. It's interesting
cool.
to see it go
Yeah.
further and further down the rabbit hole, and
Mhm.
obviously seeing how Bruce and the other characters are reacting. But I mean, this is really for me like what a comic book should be. I mean, yeah, there's deeper layers, but it's like it's kind of just cool seeing him just beat the crap out of people.
Mhm.
Right? I mean, there's just something cool about him just seeing him just brutally mutilate people. I think I know they're probably never gonna do it, and if they do it, they're never gonna do it justice.
Mhm.
But I mean, I'll see how you feel after you're done completely. But so far, I mean, I'm sure you'll agree. I know we were talking about doing like a our version of it, but I'd like to see a Nightfall like movie, maybe animated movie, because those tend to be more faithful. But I'd love to see it, just to see it like how they would handle. I mean, they got to get Zack Snyder on it so we can finally have somebody. He's like, yes, the fans won't get mad at this Batman basically murdering people. Finally,
Finally.
they go crazy.
I don't think that you could do it justice in a movie. I think at the very least you need a trilogy, and or a series, like a show.
You know what? I think like it'd have to be like one of those shows that's like a limited series, like this one I was on Netflix. It's still out, but it's like it's a limited series insofar as it's like, all right, we finished up the story. This is never getting, it's
Yeah.
never getting continued. That's it.
Yeah. Well,
I think they could do that. I get they do that with a lot of shows, but you know how they drag on shows.
Yeah.
And they'll find something
exactly.
new. I think they got to be like, we finish up the story. This is how it ends. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
have a
They should
beautiful
be-
time.
Exactly. Yeah.
Who would you? I'm not gonna say who would you cast as Jean Paul Valley. I don't even know where I would start.
Charlie Bunham, the.
Oh, yeah, Charlie Hunnam. You know what?
Hunnam.
He just cast him as everybody.
Yeah, because you work.
I say that as
think
a
you could
joke,
do
but
it.
like
Yeah.
he works as like
Everybody.
I won't say 90%, but I'll say like a good 60% of like superheroes.
Yeah.
You could probably cast him as. Honest.
Honestly.
He could probably play Jean Paul Valley. I know he has a little bit. I don't know how it is in Sons of Anarchy, but I know he actually has a little bit of an accent, so he probably could play.
I think he's.
Jean Paul Valley.
Where's John Paul Valley from?
He's probably French.
That makes sense.
I mean, just based off the name.
Yeah, well,
But
yeah.
I mean, I'm sure he could do a French accent. I'm sure that's not.
I think he's
I mean, I'm sure.
Australian.
I mean, he's
The
yeah, I think he's
actor.
Australian or something like that. But I mean, I'm sure he could do a French accent.
Yeah.
I mean, if he really tried. I mean, Robert Pattinson can do all kinds of different accents. I
Yeah.
mean,
So.
I know they're not the same guy, but
Well, he does a
I'm sure
pretty
if
good.
we're like
He does a good American accent. I mean, I didn't even know he was
right,
Australian or whatever, or British or whatever he
exactly.
is.
So
So.
I'm sure he could do a French one. I mean, you don't need to cast a French act, and it depends too. I could be totally wrong. He could just be some white dude whose name is John Paul Valley, and he was born and raised in Gotham City. Well, he probably was born and raised in Gotham City. No,
Let's
no, he
see.
wasn't. But
It
you
didn't
know,
matter,
he could
but
just be
I mean, you could
some
change it
dude
for the
being white.
show. You could just say, "Oh, he's American." I don't think it'd be that important.
Yeah, now I'm pretty sure it's not that important, especially at this point where we're not really like
Yeah,
we're not really exploring his history. We're exploring what he's doing as Batman.
exactly. Yeah. Um, I had something. Damn, I had something I was gonna say.
Uh
You
oh
might
no,
write it
it says
down.
he lived in Europe, but they don't have to. I think that was in another book that happened before this one. It was the Batman Sword of Azrael or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter if you're doing Nightfall. You just
Yeah, just
oh
turn
he
on.
was born in America.
Well, you
Oh
don't even
and
need. Yeah, yeah. You don't even.
or
Yeah,
you
he
know,
could just do the
actually
American
I don't
accent.
think I don't think they really even go into it. He just has an American accent.
Yeah, he's
It just
fine.
is what it is.
He could be Australian. I mean, it wouldn't really make that much
Yeah.
sense for the Order of Saint
Oh,
Thomas, but
dude, I like that one. I think that's
Australian.
that one of the one on the go one more on the left.
This one.
That's like a more modern version of it, but it still looks cool.
Yeah, I like. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think that if it was done, in, the audience can see this. The movie, the live
Hmm.
action version would probably be more similar to this.
Right. Now,
Um,
here's the thing I have to say. They have if they ever did a movie, which I don't.
yeah,
Again, I doubt.
I don't
I
think.
know we said we wanted to do something, but
Yeah.
even what we were doing was before Jean Paul took up the role of Batman.
Hmm.
Like, if they do a movie, this is one of the ones where I think you have to be
Totally.
faithful
Yeah.
with as
You
far
can't
as
change it that much.
story. You can't change too much, or you're gonna ruin it.
Hmm.
You have to show him being pretty violent. I think it has to be like rated R, something like that.
Without a doubt.
You have to show him being pretty violent, but also you have to be very faithful to costume.
Yeah.
You have a little wiggle room. You can change some stuff around, change the villains that he beats up. You know, maybe the Riddler or something like that. But I'm not sure if the Riddler's in this story. It's been a while. But,
He's in there before John Paul Valley becomes Batman. I think.
I see.
Let's see. There's no one's ever done any. This is a cool.
Has somebody ever cosplayed as him?
Yeah, that's a good
I'm sure
question.
I'm sure we'll get like a bad one, but
Yeah.
there's got to be one
I
that's
think I
like
saw one doing a bad one.
I'm sure there's got to be one that's like super cool. Hey, that's not a cosplay. Don't do this to me. Is there just not a cosplay? That is.
Dude, we need to do that.
That's
Dude, that's what we need to
strange.
do. We need
I
to do
guess
the
it's like a really
cosplay.
complicated costume.
Yeah,
We
that
need to
would be
build
pretty
this
cool.
costume.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I'd have a lot of fun with that.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not supposed to see that yet.
I don't even know what I didn't even see. I wasn't really
Yeah,
paying
you
attention
do
to
have to
it.
be a
So
little bit careful. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Well, and you know what? The cool thing. Oh well, and you know what? If you want to be progressive, I like do that, dude. You know what? Except for like the face, I think that if you wanted to take a more realistic take on it, I don't think this is half bad. The Transformers.
No, that's not half bad. It still keeps some of the base elements. So
Yeah.
that's all. You know, keeps with the gold and stuff. Yeah, they gotta change that face. That face
Yeah.
ain't it.
The
But
face needs to be smooth.
I would change a little bit of stuff around. Yeah, it needs to be smooth. But I'll change a little stuff around. But overall, yeah, that could work. That could work for sure.
Because it's supposed to be like, it's a machine that he's using because he talks to it. He says like light off or something and stuff. So I like how it says like, in there too. He says like he commands with detail, launch 98.7 degrees and stuff like that. That would be so cool in like in this movie or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, like some.
You know what? I think it's up to us to do the Nightfall trilogy.
I need to do the trilogy.
I don't know. I feel like there's no way if we we gather up, everything. We just be like, hey, here's an idea. Come on now. Oh well, get away from that. You don't look at that for too long.
Yeah, I think it has to do
You're
with
not
that
quite-
blonde
you're not-
guy,
you're
but
not
I don't.
quite there.
I know so little
Yeah, you're
about
not-
the
you're not
Batman
quite
lore. I
there.
think I just don't even know. But
You're not. Yeah.
this is so
You're
yeah.
not quite.
I love it. I now
He's
remember. So
good.
Bruce Wayne Batman, he sort of cares what people think about him. Like he tries to convince the villains, sort of. He says, "Hey, there's a way out." Or when he meets people, he tries to be friendly to them. But John Paul Valley Batman really doesn't. Like, like he was attacking. Like he was responding to this thing. Like Mr. So it was like Mr. Freeze was in the harbor, and they took him out, but he was frozen solid. And then he thawed, and he just got out. And they're like, "What's this thing doing in the autopsy in the morgue?" And John Paul Valley Batman goes to them, and then like, but it's like this mortician, or it was a journalist. Oh no, it was a cop. The cop was there because the cop was investigating the case. Was with Batman, and Batman's like, who is like, what are you doing? Who are you, or something? And then after he like beats up Mister Freeze or whatever, she's like, don't you like recognize Mister Freeze? Like, and then he just disappears. Like he's just like, well, okay, problem solved. I'm out. He's like, and like, or like with Catwoman, she's like, oh, you're different, and I would never do that. And he's like, you're a terrorist, and you need to stop. Like he just doesn't. He's like, well, you're a terrorist. Obviously, I've determined you're a terrorist, so I'm getting you. It's just like, I don't know. There's something about that. Like, I like how Bruce Wayne. I like that Bruce Wayne's, that way, but I kind of like the contrast.
Exactly. And I think if you were making a comic book and you started it with Jean Paul Valley as your Batman, it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
But the reason why, well, maybe it would, but I think the reason why he's so cool is because
The
he's
contrast.
so different from what we know.
Exactly.
Yeah, he contrasts
The
with Bruce Wayne.
the juxtaposition of with Bruce and
Exactly. Well, I mean, he's just cool in general. I'm not gonna lie
Yeah.
to you. He's just cool.
Yeah.
He just is. But
It's the way.
look at that. That's not cool to you guys? Come on now.
Freaks on his video. Yeah. I mean,
I was watching a YouTube video and somebody said this was like one of the worst suits in in Arkham Origins, and I was like, "You're a liar.
You're trash.
You're just
Let's see.
lying to your whole audience." Look at that. Oh my gosh, that's amazing right there.
I love like I saw this picture earlier within Origins. Oh, oh yeah, this one. It was like this. Dude, you're telling me that if you're in an alley and you see this walking at you, you're not gonna pee your pants? Like, dude.
Yeah, no, bro, it's over.
God.
Peeing. I might even shart, man. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh God.
That's terrifying. Like, all right. There's something scarier than that guy. I'm sorry. That's a lot scarier than regular Batman.
Yeah. Honestly.
I
'Cause
mean,
it's just the colors.
even though they're both like same kind of silhouette figure, it's like the longer little shoulder pads, and like the orange and everything.
Yeah.
Also, it gives him more of like a demonic look. It looks more of like a beast. So if you don't know what Batman looks like, you're committing crimes, and it's just that thing pops out of you. You're like, oh my gosh, it's a demon.
Oh, dude, that reminds
It's a
me.
giant demon.
Dude, I have to. No, dude, I have to find this. I have to. Okay, dude. I need to find. I know. Okay, so there's this. Yeah. So there's this part in it with. I have to wait for it to load, but there's this part in it with where it's like the environmental terrorists that Catwoman hangs out with, and they're talking about like. Oh, I think this is. No, this is the right. So, I think it might be on like the. No, yeah, this is it. So the environmental terrorists that the eco activists or whatever, that Catwoman hangs out with, they talk about Batman, and there's like this artist rendition, quote unquote, of him, and it's like so ridiculous, and it's related to what you're talking about. So let me see if I can find it.
All right, I gotta see
After
this.
one.
And like I said, it's been a while since I read Nightfall, so you're actually making me. I might actually go
Might have to
and
reread
read this
it.
too. I'm a little bit fresh on it. Yeah, so I'm a little bit
Give it
fresh
another
on it.
look.
And just because it's cool, I mean, it's
Yeah.
just cool, dude. Like,
Let's see.
there's a lot of comics I won't reread. This is not one of those. I would definitely reread this comic. Oh,
Yeah.
I saw it.
Okay, is it? So
Go back
it's
down.
like-
Is that thing right there?
Yeah, this thing. It's his new look, and it says like he's got like these teeth and like a gun on the back of him, and it's like a skull and like a laser coming out of this.
Dude, oh my gosh.
Robo Bat. What happened to him? Selena, but yeah.
This dude is so goofy.
So goofy. Let's see.
It reminds me of this Batman movie, this animated movie I was watching. I think it was called Gotham Knights, where it was like these kids were gathering around telling stories of Batman, and each story, Batman, one, he dressed differently, but he also like acted differently, and some of them they had him, some of them like a regular dude, and some of them was like more like demonic.
Okay.
It's something about the mystique of Batman that's just it's just cool. Like, how different people interpret Batman, essentially.
Yeah, I like hearing. That was something I liked. Oh, that was
Oh,
something.
that's the game.
Yeah, it's a game.
But the movie, they had a different artist obviously do the different stories, but it was in line with the stories that they were telling. So some of them, yeah, they had the one that he looked like that, and then some of them he looked more demonic. Some of them he's fighting like Deadshot, and some of them he was like more brutal.
That I like hearing like what people. Yeah, this is
Like
much more
that one right
demonic.
there, yeah, that one's they think he's like a monster or something, and like he's not even human.
Yeah, that was something I like in Arkham Origins, where you can hear the people talking about Batman, and that's one of the things that like, oh, it's this creature that comes out and grabs you. It's like, what does it want? Nobody knows.
Yeah.
Talking about random stuff.
There's another one where he was literally like they thought he was like a robot or something. I don't know if you'll see the picture, but it was one where they literally thought like Batman was like a robot or something. It's always cool like how they work that myth in
Batman.
there. Robot Batman.
Robo Man. There's got to be a comic somewhere where he was literally a robot. I still like
I mean, there's a
Mothman
comic.
Batman.
I'm sorry, what was that? You like which one?
It's not a real Batman, but
Oh,
like the Batman that's just literally just this beast that you know, like I kind of inspired it based off of Mothman,
oh, okay.
like this, but more bat-like or something.
Oh,
And
okay, yeah.
like he's literally like Bruce Wayne was after while he was training, he got bit by a radioactive bat or whatever. He's literally just this beast who's beating people up. I don't know. I just think that's a cool concept. Like he's
Yeah.
literally just an animal. But I don't really know how you go what you do with it. But it's still a cool idea. Dude, cryptids are really weird. Do you know what cryptids are like? Mothman and a Bigfoot and stuff.
Oh, okay, okay.
Like there's this one called the Thunderbird. Like this is a really big bird. I mean, I don't think any of them are real, but it's cool to think of it. Like
Right.
like there's Native American myths, legends about a bird of this size, and like when it flaps its wings, like it makes that's what thunder comes from and stuff.
Mhm.
I thought of doing like a D&D campaign that's like based on like this team that has to go out and deal with these cryptids, investigates them.
Oh, dude, that'd be sick.
Oh yeah, well, maybe I'll have to do that'll be the next one we do. Um, and I just base them on like like the chupacabra. You know what the chupacabra is?
Yeah.
Yeah, or like I know about a lot of them.
Jersey Devil. I know.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know a little
like
bit about that one. I'm not too familiar. I just heard it mentioned before.
this would probably be a better low level one, but but that'd just be kind of cool. Look at that little goat. But yeah, like something like it'd be like this kind of a take on it.
Yeah. Okay. Dope.
There's a Navajo one that's pretty good. Like Navajo. Yeah, it's a skinwalker. That one's pretty crazy. It's like like this beast that like this that can like mimic sounds and stuff. This one would be pretty cool to do. Like the horror, like it'd be like more of a horror thing. But,
Yeah.
it's like I forget what the lore behind it, but Maybe we'll have to do that sometime. Maybe when this one concludes, or whatever. Do the cryptid campaign.
That would be fun. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. You got to do the Loch Ness monster one, of course.
Of course, Loch Ness monsters.
Loch Ness monster. But the obscure ones are kind of cooler. But that one actually looks kind of realistic.
Yeah.
Nessie. Bigfoot. Yeah, you got to do the Bigfoot one. I like the idea that like.
Oh yeah.
There's this like. I like the idea that Bigfoot's like kind of intelligent. You know. He's like, "What's up?" Maybe I should stop telling you my ideas in case we ever actually do it. You know. But I kind of like the kind of a subversion.
Why not tell me your ideas?
Well, because then maybe if we actually do the campaign, then you'll be like, oh, you'll kind of like.
Oh yeah, then I know exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. You probably
take away the wonder.
Well, in time I'll forget.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, no, I'll probably. No, that's not true. I remember some stuff. So you know what? Well, I'll just have a leg up on the competition. It's okay. I'll have a leg up on the group. I'll just lead them astray. I'll be like, hey guys.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go over here. I certainly don't know what's over here. You go first.
You go first. Yeah, I'm not going first, but I would suggest it. The Mothman one would be hard too because he'd fly,
Right.
Maybe he'd escape. Maybe you'd have to like use some spells and stuff. That'd probably be a higher level. I really don't like this rendition of him. I don't like this at all, but like this one's cool.
No, that's not really very scary.
Like this one's pretty scary.
Yeah. I'm looking out my freaking window right now.
Oh, because he's supposed to be in West Virginia, so not too far off.
Close.
With the wings like that, it could be. Oh, did you know?
You can make that flight.
It'd be funny if like the lore was like, like giants existed, and so the moth people, the giant moths, they like ate off of like the giant sweaters. But there's like one left. Have the giants are extinct or whatever. Because they eat like the giant sweaters. There's like how moths eat off sweaters. Sweater. But let me see if I can. I really like this one. So it's like he's with Robin. He's like, you hand over that hammer, and you hand over now, unless you want to spend the rest of your life on a respirator. And he's like, okay, man, you got it. Okay, I'll go easy. You're all cowards, every last one of you. What do you want, man? I'll show you what I want. And he just starts hitting this guy with a sledgehammer.
Yeah, I remember you sending me that one.
Yeah.
Dude, he looks so crazy right there too. He's like,
I like the idea that Batman's like a sadist and he enjoys it. Like that's something that kind of like the villains often say to him. It's like, you like hurting people just as much as I do. And like the crazy Batman, he's like, yeah, I do.
Oh man, what a twist, dude! Like they're saying all that, they're making the whole speech, and he's just like, you know what? I do, and you're the one I like hurting the most. Like so this time I'm gonna take my time.
And then it's just like a 5-minute sequence of he breaks every finger. My dog.
Yeah, like my man Thomas Wayne.
Thomas Wayne, and then he's like, yeah, okay. Well, I like the idea that I love the idea that let's say that Thomas Wayne is somehow switches place with Bruce Wayne Batman, and then Thomas Wayne Batman goes up against Joker, and then that's when Joker's like, yeah, you like it, don't you, Batman, or whatever. He's like, I do, and Joker's like, what? Maybe he laughs and stuff. He's breaking all his bones, and he's like laughing and stuff. Then he's like, you could break every bone in my body, but I bet you can't get you to really finish it off. And he's like, I don't know what he'd say. He's like, what do you mean? He's like, break your one rule. I have no rules.
God.
I'll be back. Yeah, whatever. I doubt you've heard you probably haven't heard this song considering your musical taste and the way we've kind of talked about it before.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a song called "Kickstart My Heart." Okay. And it's by Motley Crue. I'll send it to you. and it's about like doing speed, like adrenaline and stuff.
Right.
And I like to imagine, and I really like to imagine like Thomas Wayne Batman being hopped up on adrenaline, like going after these criminals, and he's like, just it's like. Doo, 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 like his heart's pumping and he's just enjoying it. He's like like he's kicking down doors and like he's just having a ball with this. It's like he's really just as crazy as all of them. He's just kind of doing it for the right reasons. He's doing wrong
Yeah.
stuff, but for the right reasons. Or maybe he's doing the right things for the wrong reasons. And
Exactly.
but yeah, I mean yeah. Let me see if I can find the bat. I should probably. This is about where I'm at, so I don't want to have to look for it all again. I want to find the bat. Do you remember the bat train? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, pretty vaguely, but yeah.
Okay, wait, hold up. Let's go to it so we can enjoy it. That's the part with the Taliban up here. But yeah,
Yeah, yeah. When
he's really starting to play hardball. Still alive. Jeez. Okay, wait,
dude,
hold up.
you're getting close to some of the ones I'm talking about. But
Okay.
yeah, I like that art right there. That's really
Starting to go mad, but if I don't care what happens, I won't kill him. I won't. Dimly aware of metal on the flesh. Flesh starts burning, then nausea rises. So it's like the system kind of overtook him, and he just starts clawing at him, and then he leaves him. Calls one of these caution creeps. Nobody recognized. Still alive. That's evil, Bullock. Evil. It's like the man really starting to play hardball. Right. But let me see if I can find the bat train. I think that's fine. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. This is the bat train. This is it's like
oh yeah, yeah.
and then so he shoots it, and then so the guy he shoots the thing so it goes off on the other track. This is the one I was talking about earlier. And so we see he's like it's the two tunnels. Imagine one shot at this could miss, could be dragged, could impact on the tumble wall at 200 per. And he gets it. And then it turns out 2-ton test cable homes. So he's just like, might slam to the wall, but they're trying to steal $1 million. It's not worth it. It was so explained. Oh, and earlier he almost runs into the train. Okay, now let me close my door. Oh no. So this is it. So he's like, he knows too. He's like, we're on it. Moving cars down. Almost to the interchange. Beat the 303 by 2 seconds.
Oh man.
He's just like, so he like engages the thrusters because he does the math. And he's like, he knows he might just slam into this going at like 600 miles an hour because that's how like the momentum works or whatever physics because they're going in opposite directions.
Right.
He just, it's just like. It's like he's just so dedicated to the mission. He's like, I don't care, I'm doing it, and I just love that so much.
Right, because part of me believes. I mean, Bruce probably would have stopped if he thinks he would have hit the train, but he's just like, whatever happens, happens.
He's like, I'm down.
I'm confident that I won't hit it, but just in case I do.
And the motorman could try to get someone to believe what he saw. Hello, John Paul. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Let's see if there's anything. No, yeah,
Was
this
that the
is part of
Joker?
Mr. Freeze.
Jesus.
That's Mr. Freeze, I think.
No. Go back up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it is. But that's just kind of like.
Why
I
does he?
think that's foreshadowing.
Oh man, like I didn't even remember he had a ponytail.
Oh.
That is weird.
I actually hit the home. Yeah,
This
he
is a
looks
weird-
weird in this one. He looks weird in this one.
This
Like-
is yeah. This is. I mean, I gotta remember this was a weird time. Nightwing had a mullet. I think Superman
Yeah.
had a mullet too.
Nightwing does have a mullet in this
Yeah,
one.
Superman. I know Superman's not in this, but he had a mullet.
That's funny.
It was a weird time back then.
Superman with a mullet. Let's see.
That boy, Mr. Freeze, jacked.
Yeah, that Mr. Freeze is kind of a crazier Mr. Freeze, I think.
Yeah.
The failsafe units, but for how many years? And then, dude, look at this kick. It's like 10 feet up in the air. And before the cold takes him, I'm trying to figure out what, because this is what I was talking about earlier. You took him out all right. You don't have to kill him. Why? Close is so slow. The cold preserves him. You sound like that. Okay, the cold preserves him. He came here to the coldest place he could find to survive. You sound like that surprises you. This is Mr. Freeze. You should remember him after all the times he nearly killed you. Of course, Mr. Freeze. He just tries to like play it off like, oh yeah, Mr. Freeze. Yeah, it's like obviously he didn't know, and then a refrigerator could help you by restoring the lights, but he just dips. He's like, oh yeah, I remember Mr. Freeze. Well, bye.
Bye bye.
I'm out. It is so cool. I like how he just doesn't care either. He's just like, yeah, she's pointing a gun at me, but she ain't gonna do shit. He doesn't care. I love this one too. I love how like I like how the cape in the comics, like
Who
it's.
was this? It looks like Todd McFarlane, but I don't know it wasn't Todd McFarlane.
Let's see. I should say on the cover here. Cover art by Jim. Okay, that's the cover art, but
Because he
Duffy
does Spawn very similarly. I think he actually did this one.
Duffy Ballant Giordano. So that's,
Oh, okay.
maybe it's in the cover of the last one. I guess those are probably the last names. But Dixon, Kitson, Hannah. That's one.
Okay, yeah, it wasn't him. I don't know why. I don't know why. Well, he does his art very similarly.
I like how the cape goes up. Yeah. I'm just not aware of it.
Yeah, I like that. No, I understand. I like how that cape goes up. Yeah, again, it adds to the more like demonic kind of feel of
Yeah,
Batman.
exactly. Looks more, but it's not the continuity on it's weird because like you see here it's like way up,
Yeah.
but here it's kind of not. I like how the
The little
on the
leg.
calves, yeah,
Yeah.
it's like for no reason. I don't know like why.
I don't even know what that's supposed to be. Because it's not like he ever like kicks somebody and like cuts their face with it.
Yeah, and you would in no circumstance would you use that part of your body to do damage with a kick either. So I don't
Yeah.
know. It's just, I guess it looks cool. I guess. I love yeah, dude. I love these little. Maybe the Arkham games took inspiration from this insofar as like on the forearms. That's where he has his stuff. Maybe.
Yeah,
That's
he has a lot of yeah, I've noticed that in a lot of all the Arkham suits. He has like really big forearm parts right there. He's got a lot going on right there.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's like how he interacts. Like it
Yeah.
does like the projection, the hologram, or whatever,
Mhm.
to video call. Really petty crime. I love this. Yeah, I'm happy you got me into the comic book stuff.
I'm happy. I'm happy you're into it. It's very exciting, and I like the way you're doing it. You're just like
That sounds
looking at
cool.
stuff that interests you. You're not like too worried about like, because that's what I would recommend people to do. Just literally just read whatever you think is going to be the coolest.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously I'll offer recommendations, but I would almost want you to like, if you find something that you think is cooler than what I'm going to recommend you, I'd almost want.
Yeah,
I would want you to. I want you to just supersede what I say and just read what you think is cool.
It's not a chore, It's,
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to force. The last thing you want to do is force yourself. Oh, this guy told me to read this. I'm reading it, and it's really boring.
Yeah.
I've done that, and I've done that with a lot of shows where like somebody would tell me to watch
Oh.
such and such anime, and I'll be like, "This is, I can see why you like it, but I just don't."
Honestly, I don't even watch shows when people recommend me. Because that's pretty much always what happens. Unless, like, the person has to prove, like, you've proven to me that you have good taste. Because all the stuff that I like, you like, all the stuff that we have both seen, we feel pretty similarly on.
Right.
And whenever you've told me, yeah, you should check this out, and it's good, and I check it out and it's good. So you've gained my trust. So if you recommended something to me, that means something. But if I don't talk about media with someone and they recommend me a show, I just discard it. I'm like, okay, whatever. Yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, I might check that out, but I just don't.
Yeah.
I love this part too. Like, so he's like, oh, that case has something. I don't know what it is, but that's important. And so the guy jumps off, and then he like wraps him around, and then just. And he's like, oh, well, look, there's some gunshots. Guess I'm gonna go check that out. It's like. Just chilling. It's kind of like what you do in the Arkham games. You know how you just kind of explore, and then, oh, something's happening. Let me go check that out. Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm done here. I just love this cape.
It's so cool.
Gold. Testing. Okay. If you like that video, no. If you like that video, check us out on Twitch. We are live every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6 o'clock Eastern Time. Watch it. Get in the chat. Comment. Or don't. I don't care. What are you doing? Not being subscribed to the Elitist Pizza Podcast on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube? Do it. Now. Give us money.